habit. So for the benefit of those who just came on, good evening, Tony. Good evening, Gilbert. On Saturday, we started on technical analysis. We started looking at the charts. So we're going to continue from there today. And I will be showing you real life candle patterns on the trading platform. So I believe everyone have their IG demo account live and running. We're going to be taking a look at that tonight. And if you don't already know how to open a trade, I will show you how to open a trade. So from after tonight's class, you should be able to start executing trades. Because the basic things that you need to know to start opening trades and closing trades. You will learn it tonight. And after tonight, you should be able to start opening trades. Obviously, as time goes on and in subsequent lectures, then you would know how to sharpen the skills, but you would know how to start tonight. So, we're going to get into it because time is fast spent already now. I don't want to keep you for too long tonight. Just want to go straight to the point. So I will share my screen now, and I'm just going to define a couple of things to you, and then we would look at them on the chart. So I'm going to share my screen now. So we're going to kind of pick up from where we left off last week. Not last week, sorry, on Saturday. Can everyone see my screen? Hold on. Just give me 1 second, guys. See me 1 moment. Okay. I'm going to share my screen now. Okay. Can you all see my screen now? Let me know if you can all see my screen, please. Okay, great. Great. Everyone can see my screen. All right, and so remember last week we were talking about the candlestick, the formation of the candlesticks. Can anyone remember what we talked about regarding the candles? If you can't remember, I'll just quickly go over it again. Just gonna quickly go over it again. So a typical candle, we've got only 2 types of candles: the red ones and the green ones. The red one signifying the bearish candles, which signifies the selling activities of people in the market, and the green candles represent the bullish candles, and also it gives us a graphical representation of the buying activities going on in the market. And I explained on Saturday that every time you see a bearish candle, so for instance, if everyone can see my mouse, if we look at this particular candle right here, I'm picking this candle because of, let's pick this one, and then we're going to come to this one. Picking this one as an example of a red candle, okay? Just because it's got all the components of a candle clearly displayed. So we've got the body, we've got the wick, okay? And I explained that for every red candle you see, what it means is price opened at the top of the body and price closed at the bottom of the body. The candle wick, however long it is at the top or at the bottom, shows how high and how low price traveled in that session, okay? So for example, if these candles represent, if these are hourly candles, well, it means every single candle represents an hour, okay? So if this candle represents the hour between 12 noon to 1 p.m., okay, what it means is this is 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11. Okay, so this is between 12 p.m. and 11 p.m. Okay, this candle will represent that. Okay, so in this particular hour, price as soon as price closed in this previous candle, price opened here, came this high, came this low in the session, and closed right here, and then the next candle shows up. Okay, so as soon as the second this 1 hour completes, so let's say this is 12 to 1, okay, and this is 1:01, this candle shows up, okay, and this runs all the way to 2 o'clock, okay, and 2:01, this candle opens there, okay, goes this high, goes this low, closes here, and then 3:01, okay, so like that, that's how the candles form, okay, so, and this is a typical bullish candle as well, this one right here, so it means, for a bullish candle, it means price closed higher than it opened, okay, so that means after price closed here, boom, price to open here is a bit of a jump, because normally you would expect price to open right next to the close, but I explained again last week, it doesn't work that way, because in the market, activities are going on constantly, okay? If in a split second, as this candle was closing, that means between, say for example, it's 12 to 1, 1 to 2 to 3, 2 to 4, 4 to 5, okay? So let's say when it was 4 o'clock, yeah, 12 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, yeah, so as soon as it was 4 o'clock, 4:01, yeah, between 4 o'clock and 4:01, or 4 o'clock, how would I say it now? 4 o'clock and 1 second, say it that way. 4 o'clock and 1 second, because the difference between these candles is literally 1 second. It's a continuous chain, it doesn't get broken. Okay, as soon as it was 4 o'clock, 4:01, 1 second into the next hour, a lot of people had sold. Okay, and price didn't open next to the close of this candle. Price opened down here, okay, and began to climb back. But you can see that price came back to, this is like kind of like a correction, kind of. So price jumped here, but price crawling its way back to around where this candle closed simply means that the price jump wasn't really justified, okay? It could just be maybe a lot of people sold in that, they entered the market in that moment, and then price jumped, and then price corrected itself again, came back here, and then the trend continued until it got back down here. And then I explained what this bullish hammer means, okay? Once this hammer shows up, candles and their shapes tells stories, okay? And these candles were not created, okay? They just represent what happened. And over the years, technical chart analysts began to spot that every time they see these candles, certain occurrences follow them, okay? Every time certain candles show up or certain candle formation shows up, this happens, okay? It's like when this happens, okay? And then over time, it became a way of knowing the key thing in trading, which is reversal, okay? When price is going up, you want to know when it's going to stop and start coming down. That's the reversal. When price is coming down, you want to know when it's going to stop, start going up. That's reversal, okay? And this particular candle that looks like a hammer, which is a inverted hammer, okay? It's a bullish reversal signal when it suddenly appears at the bottom of a falling trend. And the same thing, if trend was rising and rising and rising, and all of a sudden the last candle at the top, at the close of that candle, it forms an inverted hammer at the top of a rising trend, it's giving a shooting star. It's giving a shooting star reversal signal. And like I said on Saturday, you always need to wait for two candles, the next two candles, to confirm the direction of the reversal before you jump in. And this is relative, okay? If you were looking at a 5 minutes candle and you see a shooting star, it's worth waiting for another 2 5 minutes candle to confirm the direction. But for example, if this was a 4 hours candle and you see a shooting star, I mean, I would just look at smaller time frame, and I would just jump in, because you can't wait for 2 more candles on a 4 hours chart. That means you're going to wait for 8 more hours. So it doesn't make any sense. Okay. So these candlesticks, we use them. For example, if I see these on a 4 hours chart, if I see these on a 4 hours candle chart, that is enough confirmation for me. And someone asked me on Saturday, if these candles, if these candlestick patterns, how do they, or what was the question again? How much of a confirmation are they for a reversal? And I remember my answer was there could be so many things that you would have to consider, plus that candlestick, to be able to know it's a reversal. I hope I'll be able to show you that today. So I don't want to spend too much time on this, because I believe I explained this properly on Saturday and everybody understood it. So let me look at single candlestick patterns. So this is single candlestick pattern. Let's look at double and triple, and then we'll go on to the charts. So if we move on to the next slide, if you do have any question, please ask me. Please ask me. It's very essential that you understand this. But again, it will make more sense when we look at the live chart. This is another single candlestick. It's the same thing, a hammer and hanging man. Okay, remember the inverted hammer and shooting star. It's the hammer upside down, but this time it is hammer in an upright position. Okay, so this is the head of the hammer and this is the handle. It is named based on what it looks like, just so that people can remember it. Okay, again, if the trend is falling and suddenly you see a hammer at the bottom of the trend, it signifies a reversal to the upside. And if price was climbing and you see a hammer at the top, it signifies a reversal as well. And what this simply means in lifetime, if you were watching these candles form and close, is look, boom, red candle, boom, red candle, boom, red candle, and then boom, green candle, and then 2 red candles. And then this candle must have opened the open here. Okay, price open here, because remember, every time you see a body, if it's green, price open at the bottom of the body, close at the top of the body. Okay, so price open here, yeah, this candle closed there, price open here. In this session, price pushed all the way down here. So imagine what it would have looked like. Okay, price pushed all the way down here. So this must have been a very big red candle, the size of maybe something like this. Look how big this is. Yeah, because if you were to fill this whole space with like red block, you can imagine how big it's going to be. And what that simply meant was, as soon as price got to the lowest in this session, the buyers jumped in and they began to buy. So this candle began to shrink, 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 and it shrank onto a point where it shrank up to a point where the whole red block or the whole red part of the candle disappeared, and they pushed it over until it became green. And obviously, it's going to become green as soon as price climbs higher than where it opened. The candle is going to turn green. Okay, anywhere below where it opened, the candle will be red. Okay, pushing across to the other side, the candle is going to turn green. Look at this candle now. If price closed there, opened here, and price came up here, it must have been a small green candle here. As soon as that green erases and pushed past the opening, the candle is going to turn red, and then it pushed all the way down here and closed. That's why you have this red block. Okay, so think about the same thing here. Price opened here, came all the way down here. The buyers jumped in here, or maybe the sellers that were selling here, because of whatever they saw at this region, maybe they took profit. If a lot of people selling in this trend, if a lot of them took profit here, automatically it generates a buy signal. Okay, again, you would understand this as you begin to trade. It generates a buy. So it's a combination of two things here. Is that a lot of people came in here to start buying because they already feel maybe there's a resistance on this level. You will understand what resistance is. I'll talk about it a little bit in this class. Maybe there was a resistance at this level. It simply means a price point that people were watching, hoping to see a certain action when price gets there. Okay, so let's say every time price gets to this region, yeah, this bottom, let's say this bottom places a particular price point, and price falling down, this means value of something depreciating. So let's say this is gold now. Okay, gold has been dropping in price, dropping in price, dropping in price, but everybody believes that gold should not go lower than the price at this level. Okay, so as soon as the guys selling here, as soon as the price gets to that place, they will lock in their profit because they expect that price will begin to go back. And as they're locking in their profit, some buyers are getting into the market as well, because obviously they expect that price will not fall lower than this, so they expect a reversal to happen. So people get, so again, these are different conditions that could cause a reversal. But the point I'm trying to make was the reason why this candle formed this shape was it was all red. The buyers got in here, started buying. As soon as price crossed over the opening price, it became green. And as soon as price got here, the 1 hour window was closed and the next hour showed up. So at the close of this candle forms this shape. As soon as this shape is formed, anyone who opens their chart and just sees this in their head, they're thinking price is about to reverse. They may not even be there when everything was forming. If I open my chart and this candle had showed up, and let's say it was already just on this level, okay, just rotating back and forth. I'll just look at the candle before it. Okay, I'll see that, okay, price was falling, and then boom, at the bottom of it, a hammer shows up. And it's a bullish hammer because it's green. A bullish hammer shows up. Even if this hammer was red, it's still a bullish hammer, even if this hammer was red, because it shows up at the bottom of the trend. If this was a 5 minute candle, I may wait for 2 more candles to confirm it. Or if this was a 2 minute candle, 1 minute candle. But if it was a 15 minute candle, if I'm very sure, combining this candle pattern with several things that could signify a reversal, I would just get into the trade. And then boom, boom, this will happen. Okay, price will reverse. And again, the same thing. Whatever happens on the way down, happens on the way up. Okay? Double candlestick pattern. I'm not going to spend too much time in this because you already understand candles. So the same thing, price was falling, and as soon as price got to this level, yeah, there must have been a support at this level. Price was coming down, found the support, price is about to start pulling up, okay? And I see this show up, yeah. What this means is the last red candle, okay, on the red candle journey, the last red candle, as soon as the next green candle shows up, is big enough to swallow the old red candle up. Okay? It's called bullish engulfing. Okay, this candle right here is big enough to engulf this candle. Yeah, that's double candlestick pattern. That right there signifies to me that this trend is ending. Okay, and the reversal is about to happen. And again, you can wait for 2 more candles to confirm it and jump on it. Okay? Or if you're a very, very brave person, you can just see this and feel, you know what? I'm not gonna wait, I'm just gonna jump in. Again, when I show you live chart, this will all make sense to you. I'll show you different examples and you will understand it. And again, whatever happens on the way down happens on the way up. Price going up. This is the last green candle on the green journey. The next candle shows up and it's an engulfing candle. It's big enough to swallow this previous candle. The next candle confirms the reversal. Boom. Okay. Okay. So still on the double candlestick pattern. Well, you can call this an hammer, okay, but typically an hammer, the length of the candle wick will be almost double the size of the body. In other words, you will have a longer tail, okay. This is a shorter one. This is called tweezers, okay. You know what tweezers are. This is called tweezers. So double tweezers, double tweezer. When price is falling and all of a sudden the last red candle forms like this tweezer, and then the next candle forms exactly the same shape, but obviously it's a candle in the opposite direction. In other words, red, and then green, and then double tweezer, or red and green, okay? This signifies that price is about to turn the other way around. And if that happens at the top as well, green, the last candle green forms a tweezer, the next candle next to it forms a tweezer as well, but a negative or the opposite direction colored tweezer. When I say opposite direction, you know it can only be green and red, okay? So this is green journey, and all of a sudden, this signifies the trend is about to turn. Again, next 2 candles will confirm it. The next 2 candle theory thing is just a fail safe, or a way of double checking, being very cautious, being sure that the reversal that you've spotted is actually beginning to unfold. Then you take your trade. Okay, and on the triple candlestick pattern, this simply means looking at 3 candles to make a decision. Okay, 3 candles telling you something. Okay, single candlestick means 1 candle good enough to tell you a reversal is about to happen. Double candlestick patterns, 2 candlesticks telling you a reversal is about to happen. And this is just a triple candlestick pattern. This one is called morning star and evening star. Okay, morning star simply means the day has been going down, the day is about to turn around, and it's about to break. And evening star means the day has been going up, and then the sun is about to set. Think about it that way. Yeah, sun was down here, sun is about to rise. Sun was up here, sun is about to set. I don't know how they name this thing, but yeah, that's what it's called. I don't. Again, like I said, you will not remember these names. I don't. Maybe you will. I never remember them. Okay, it's just I have visual immediacy. Once I just see them, it's telling me something. So I'm not worrying. Oh, what is this thing called again? When I was learning, I don't care about what it's called. Okay, I just want to know this is what it's telling me. This is what's about to happen, and then boom, I'll take my trade or whatever. Or if I was selling here, if I saw this, I'm saying this is time to take my money and go because this is about to happen. Price is about to turn around. Or if I was watching price to get to this level and I was expecting it to turn around because I wanted to trade turnaround. Once I see this, it confirms to me that my anticipation was right and I'll jump into the trade. Okay, so price was falling, very big red candle, the last candle on the trend, a tiny indecisive candle. Okay, so when you see candles like this in trading, we call them indecisive candles. Like the activity in the session was concentrated in a very, very short area. Like the body of the candle is so tiny. In fact, you will see some candles, they're called doji candles. Okay, it's like price closed exactly where it opened. So you will just see it's like a sign of the cross. It's just like a dry cross stick. Okay, like it won't even have a body. This one has a tiny body. Okay? You can still see the tiny body. There are some candles that has no body at all. Okay, it's just black. Okay, it's not even green or red. It's just black. Yeah, it means price in that particular session, not much of buying or not much of selling happened, and price closed exactly where it opened. So it's like indecision. People didn't know either to go higher or to go lower. Okay, and sometimes the length of the candle could even be longer than this. Okay, but still, it's not a green candle, it's not a red candle, it's black. Price closed exactly where it opened. It's called an indecision candle. Okay, so if price was falling and all of a sudden you see an indecision candle at the bottom, it simply means the strength of the sellers is now exhausted. No one is willing to sell more, or they're contemplating now. And most of the time what will happen is the buyers will kick in and hijack the trend. Okay, they will kick in and hijack the trend. And if this level, like I said again, if this level was a price point that everybody was watching and thinking, if gold was falling, people were thinking, look, no matter how bad whatever has happened is, gold shouldn't become cheaper than this. Okay, as soon as price gets to that psychological price point where people feel, look, this should be as bad as gold price will be. Okay, at that level now, what will happen is you would see the sellers, there's no more sellers coming into the market. Okay, so the selling pressure would reduce, and maybe the buyers are not kicked in yet, but people are not selling anymore. Okay, so at that moment, you would see in that particular time frame, you will see candle like this form, which represents not much of it, like indecision candle. People are thinking or contemplating what next they should do. Okay, if that happens, and the next candle you see is a green candle that is almost the size of the previous big red candle, and it forms this kind of U, yeah, is morning star. Okay, it means the trend that was going down is about to reverse. And again, you can wait for the next two candles to confirm it. The same thing on the upside up, price is going up, all of a sudden, boom, indecision candle from the bulls. It means the bullish strength reduced, or it's no longer there. The sellers come in and hijack the trend, boom, two more candles to confirm it, and go in that direction. So yeah, these are patterns that you spot. Again, this is another triple candlestick pattern. Three white soldiers. Okay, it simply means price was falling, and all of a sudden, the next three candles that shows up are, candles in the opposite direction, and it looks in this fashion, like bigger, biggest. Okay, like the candles just keep getting bigger, bigger, bigger. It means the trend has changed. The sellers were taking control of this market. All of a sudden, the buyers jumped in, and then more buyers, and then more buyers. Okay, most of the time, boom, more people will just jump in, because remember, every time, and again, you can see this is kind of like it's like a signal. If you take these last two candles, these can be like bullish engulfing. Okay, remember, price was falling. The last candle on the falling side, the next candle is an opposite direction candle, and it's big enough to swallow it up. So these two candles are bullish engulfing. And if I was waiting for two more candles to confirm it, and this happens, this has given me even a stronger signal that price has changed, because this is now Another triple candlestick pattern confirming this double candlestick pattern. Okay, this is three white soldiers. Okay, green candle, and even a bigger green candle, and even a bigger green candle. Most of the time, price will just fly up. Okay, you'll be shocked that this next candle. Obviously, these are snapshots. Okay, so you can't see what has happened after this because it was just extracted. But most of the time, you may then see a very massive long green candle just go boom, like price just explode to the upside because people are now sure of the direction. And the same thing on the opposite direction. Price was going up, going up, going up, going up. Again, you see this is a bearish engulfing candle shows up here. This next candle is the opposite direction and it's big enough to swallow this. So I'm already watching this thinking, look, price is about to reverse. Let me wait for 2 more candles and then 2 more candles even form a triple candlestick pattern. Big, bigger, biggest. Okay, these are called 3 black crows. Again, you will not remember these things. Okay, you would remember the understanding you got from when I was explaining it to you. You won't need to remember the names. It's not needed. Okay, if you're someone who loves terminologies and things like that, maybe you may want to cram it, but I can promise you, you will not need it. When price starts flying and money starts vanishing, or even if you're making profit, you'll be so excited. You're not going to think about those things. You just want to know what to do when you need to do it, not names. Okay. So, are you guys understanding so far? Let me get. I need to get a response from you guys. Is this making sense? Is this making sense so far? So far, so good, right? Amazing. Come on, guys. Let me know you understand. Because I'm trying to go as fast as I can, but again, I want you to understand. Okay? Okay, amazing. Amazing. All right then. So, okay, another triple. Again, I'm gonna put all of these slides are gonna be available for you guys. I'll put this particular slide because I've got like 2 different slides. Okay, this one is the candlestick pattern, so I would make sure this is available in the group for you guys to have it for your record purposes. But yeah, so this is another triple candlestick pattern. Okay, price falling, and this is called inside up. Again, this is almost like, take this as the 3, what's it called again? 3 white soldiers. Okay, just take these as just 2 white soldiers, whatever, man. 2 white soldiers. So, but the difference is, remember the 3 white soldiers, the last 2 candles was a bullish engulfing. This one is not a bullish engulfing, okay, because this green candle is not big enough to swallow this previous black one. But what happened was, when the next green candle showed up, okay, 2 of them were big enough together to swallow the previous red candle. Hence, it's called inside up, 3 inside up, whatever. So price was going in and it's turned around. Okay, it's like made a U-turn. I don't know, whoever came to this conclusion, I don't know what they gave, I don't know why. I mean, if I probably wouldn't have named this 3 inside up because I don't know what that means. Maybe it looks like a cup, whatever. You tell me what you think. Well, price was coming down, and then after the last red candle in direction of the trend, the next green candles combined together, swallowed up the previous red candle. Okay, so yeah, it's called 3 inside up. And the same thing. Just look at the direction of my mouse, okay, to get like an illustration where my mouse is going. So price is going up, 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 up. Next candle shows up, closes its red candle on a green candle journey. Next red candle shows up, and 2 of them combined together are big enough to swallow the previous green candle. Okay, so this is 3 inside down, 3 upside up, 3 inside up, 3 inside down, whatever, man. You understand what it means, and visually you understand what it signifies as well. It's all about spotting reversal, reversal, reversal. Let's see if there's more. Okay, that's it. So these are candlestick patterns that you can see. And now there are trend patterns that you can see that I will show you on the real chart. Okay, that I will show you on the real chart. For example, there are things called bullish flag, bearish flag, wedges, head and shoulder pattern. I will show you these things, triangle, and it will make sense. But these are candlestick patterns. When you see, you can see a combination or a single candlestick telling you something. the combination of 2 candlesticks or 3 candlesticks. And most of the time, you will always see them at the end of a trend when the trend is about to change. Okay, and sometimes it may not mean the trend is about to change completely. It may just mean the correction is about to happen. I'll show you what correction means now. So does everyone understand? I'm going to share my chart now, and then I will show you some of these things in actual live chat. And yeah, it will make more sense, I believe. So can everyone see my chart? Let me know you can see my chart, please. Okay, Tony. Yeah. The previous video, I believe, is on YouTube, is on our channel, so you can have a look at it. You probably will understand more. So yeah, guys, let me know. Can you all see my chart? Can everyone see my chart? Everyone see my chart? Can you all confirm that you can see my chart, please? Okay. All right then. So this is a USD JPY chart. Okay, so USD JPY, again, it's Forex. I believe we all get that gist now. It's Forex chart, US and Japanese yen. So this is a typical, this is a chart. So let me make it big and then we can try to look at this candle. So you can see this is no longer black and white. This is a live chart. So you can see on here, look at this bearish trend. Okay, price was falling from here, was going down. Yeah, pulled back a little bit. Now, so this is what I call a correction. Okay, price was gonna move from this point. Okay, this point. So if you trace this line, sometimes I put a line there just to see price point. So if you look at price here, it's 11242. Yeah, again, you're not gonna pay attention to all of those, but for learning sake, yeah, 11242.3. Yeah, that was the price at the tip of this red candle. Okay, and price was gonna journey from there all the way to the tip of this green candle. So let's put this line, let's drag this line there just to, yeah, let's put this line on the tip of it. Okay, boom. So price was gonna move from the top here down to the bottom here, but price is not just gonna go straight. Price is not just gonna go down there. Okay, so price came down to this level. Let's put another line there. Okay, so price came down to this level, yeah, and pulled back a little bit, and then completed the move. Okay, so that pullback that we see here is called correction. Okay, and sometimes it's called correction, and another term is called retrace. Okay, so price was coming down, retraced a little bit, and then went down. Okay, price was coming down, corrected a little bit, so it's called price correction. Okay, and you can see the correction. You can see the correction happen at different. So price was coming down, a bit of correction here, boom, made a new low, corrected, a new low, corrected, and then boom. Okay. That makes sense. Someone's sound is off. Let me see. Okay, I think it's Dilo. All right then. So, does that make sense? Do you understand what correction is now? Okay, it's just a pullback. It is not a change of a trend. It is just a little pullback, and then price continues in the direction it was going anyways. Okay, so for instance, on the journey up, yeah, to this level, price was coming up, got here, corrected a little bit, then eventually, came up. Okay, so this is a correction, or you can call it a mini pullback, or you can call it, it's not a reversal. Reversal is changing direction completely. Okay, so this is a correction or a retrace. Okay, so price was coming all the way down here, price got here, retrace a little bit, continue, retrace a little bit, continue, retrace a little bit. Okay, this is a double, this is like a 2 retrace, like boom, 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 and then came all the way down. Okay, so so if we were to try to spot candlestick patterns here, again, when I say candlestick patterns, these patterns are not 100% accurate, or in other words, when they show up, it is not 100% that whatever they signify is gonna happen. Okay, it's just that most often than not, it happens. So it depends on what is driving price. Okay, it depends on what is driving price. For instance, this is an hammer right here. Okay, price is falling and hammer shows up. But why is it that this is not a reversal for price to change? Because at the point that the hammer shows or showed up, reversal is not about to happen yet, because price is journeying all the way down. So at this point, there is nothing strong and significant to change to cause price to change in the opposite direction. So even though this candle shows up, and based on candlestick patterns, this is an hammer, a bullish hammer, okay, that should signify a reversal. But because this is not a critical price point where any reversal should happen, the sellers just jumped in. And I mean, it caused a little bit of upside, you can see. And bear in mind, because I don't want you to feel misled. Bear in mind, as soon as the hammer shows up, price still went up, you can see. And one thing that I want you to spot quickly here is this is a weekly candle chart. Okay, this is also every single candle represents a week. So the price difference between when this candle closed and the top of this red candle here could make you a lot of money, because if I was to break this down to daily chart and 4 hours chart, this price movement alone could be a lot of money. Okay, so the candlestick pattern still worked. Okay, if you're someone trading short time frames, okay, there could be a couple of days between the green candle here and the top of this candle before it eventually pulls back and continues the journey. Okay, so as soon as this candle showed up, there was a little bit of buying that happened. Okay, hence price climbed from this point as high as this point before price started going down. So, and if you look at this hammer right here as well, as soon as the hammer shows up, price went a little bit higher before price went down. Okay, so every time you see these candles, their story kind of happens. Okay, look at the same thing that happened here again. Look, there's an hammer here. There's an hammer here. What happened after the hammer? Price went up a little bit before it came down. Okay, so if I was to convert this now to daily candles, you would see every single candle here will convert to 4 candles. Okay, this is weekly candles. Okay, so whenever I want to trade, okay, whenever I want to trade and I want to do technical analysis for any market, once I open the market, the first thing I do is I would look at a long-term direction using a big time frame, okay? Because weekly candles will help me to see a lot of information over a wide time frame. So for example, if you look at this weekly candle, okay, if you look at this weekly candle, let me make the candle small, okay, it's fine. If you look at this weekly candle, you can see that it's showing me from 2016. Look at my mouse down here, okay? This is 2016 all the way to 2020. Okay, so I can see between 2016 to I can see 4 years. Okay, so this is showing me 4 years worth of data right here. So based on these 4 years, I can look and say, oh, price is going down. Okay, let me change this time frame sometimes. Okay, so it looks better now. Okay, so I can say based on this time frame, let me make it smaller a little bit. Okay, so you can see shrunk now. So 2017, okay, from around October 2017, price began to fall, kept falling, and price found the floor. We found support. March 2018. March 2018, a reversal happened. Okay, a reversal happened. And spot what happened at the reversal, the last red candle, yeah, and then the next green candle was a bullish engulfing candle. Okay, it's big enough to swallow up this red candle. Okay, plus this is a critical price point. How do I know? If I go back in time, you probably see that price is probably pulled back at this level in time past. Let's see if that's happened before. Okay, you can see. Again, support, okay, I'm going to tell you what support and resistance means, but let me just do it now. Okay, let me just do it now because I'm going to start talking stuff now. You're going to think, what's this guy talking about? Okay, so let's look at a few. Can everyone see my? Can you all see my? Can you all see my screen? Can you see my screen? Yeah. Okay, so let me just tell you what these terms mean, and then I'll go back to the chart. Yeah, and then we're gonna round up. Okay, so resistance. Okay, the word resistance in trading simply means it's a ceiling. Okay, price was going up. Price has now gotten to a point where it can't go higher than that point and begins to pull back. We say price has found resistance in that area. Okay, there is something. Yeah, that price point is resisting price from rising higher. Okay, or the general consensus of people is price shouldn't go higher than this for whatever reason. Okay, and then price begins to come down. We say there's a resistance at that point. And what's happened is if there's been a resistance at a particular point in the past, and price goes down from there, and price begins to go back up again, when price goes to retest that price point again, there is a very strong tendency that price will respect the previous resistance and pull back. Even if price is going to break it, sometimes price will pull back a little bit, test it again. Okay, price can test a level multiple times in attempts to break it. If the line gives way, then price breaks it and price goes to find a higher resistance. Okay, and if the resistance is very, very strong, it keeps holding, it's going to send price back down again. Okay, so that's what resistance means. It's just a price point where price has been rising. Price has now gotten to a point where it can't rise any further. It needs to go back down. Okay, that's a resistance. And the opposite is support. Price was falling. Price has now gotten to this floor now. Can't go lower than that. It's found support there, and price begins to rise up. Okay, price was going down, found support at this level, and price turns around. Okay, so that's basically what support and resistance is. Channel is just price trapped between a support and a resistance, and price is just bouncing between it. Okay, so you would see upward channels and downward channels. When the channel is just an horizontal line, okay, it's just straight on a flat line. Okay, we call that trend. Okay, we call that range. Okay, trend is simply price going up, price going down. Okay, if price is going up, it's an uptrend. If price is coming down, it's a downtrend. Okay, and trends and channels are similar and the same. Okay, a channel is a pathway through which trends will happen. Okay, so in the upward channel, there will be an upward trend inside it. In a downward channel, there will be a downward trend inside it. And when it's just vertical and straight, it means price is bouncing up and down, and it's just on a horizontal plane. We call it a range. Okay, I'm gonna go back into the chart now, and then I'll show you all of these things, and it will make sense. And that's what we're gonna call a night for tonight. And I will show you how to use that to take a trade. So let me share back my chart now. And of course, when I show you how to take a trade, I want to expect you guys to go into whatever market you want to give a shot and take a trade. Okay. So can everyone see my chart again now? Let me go back to daily chart. Go back to weekly chart first. Everyone can see my chart. Everyone can see my screen. Can see. Amazing. All right, then. So let's come back to it now. So there's a resistance here. Okay. And this resistance, so from April 2017, if everyone can see my screen, from April 2017, price rose up, okay? Price got to this level, yeah? Monday, 8th of May, Monday, 2017, and price got to this level, and price couldn't go higher than it. Pulled back down, came back to test that level again, and still price couldn't go higher than it, and came back down. And came back to test that level again, and still price couldn't go higher than it, and went even lower. Okay, and price came back up again. And so this was May 2017. This was July 2017. This was October, November 2017 still. So this resistance held for months. In other words, this price point became a critical price point because price just couldn't rise higher than it for multiple months. Okay, so this is a very strong resistance right here. Okay, and eventually price went even very, very low, and price crawled its way back up. And see, as soon as price gets to that region again, so resistance is not a line. Okay, it's a price region. So mistakes traders have done in the past is they will put a line, they will expect price to just touch that line, boom, and turn around. And most of the time, price will cross that line and you think, oh, the line has failed now. And then price will just turn around again. So over time and over, evolution of technical charting, consensus is now being, experienced traders have now known that price points are not a dot. It's not a straight line. It's a price region. We put a line there to help our eyes to see, but really it's a price region. So it's like a little range, okay? So it's I think it's more appropriate to use like maybe like a circle, yeah, like a circle like around it. But visually, if you look at it, it looks like a straight line. Okay, it looks like every time price, it looks like there's a ceiling here. So think about it that way. It looks like there's a ceiling here. Every time price gets there, it pulls back. Test again, no. Test again, the line held really strong. Price came down, came back to test again, line held. Test again, line held. Price declined, and ever since then, price is not even rise to that level. Okay, so we can say there's a very strong ceiling for US dollar here. Yeah, so since 2017, US dollar has not risen above this price point, above around say 114. Yeah, so between 114.15 to 114.51. Yeah, maybe a little bit higher. Okay, so let's say 114.72. So between 114.15 to 114.72, there's a ceiling there. Every time price gets to that place, price just doesn't seem to be able to go higher. Has price been higher than that in the past? Yes, look, price was higher than that. Yeah, price was higher than that. And as soon as price dropped, whatever happened to price here that made it drop, price just never seemed to be able to rise to this level again. And this has been since 2016. So the last time we saw price climb higher than this level was 2016, dropped, stayed a little bit higher around March 2017. And as soon as this drop happened, the ceiling just became solid. Price never rose above it, okay? Price just kept bouncing off it. So this is a strong resistance. And of course, on the opposite side, support does exactly the same thing. Price falls, boom, 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 got here, couldn't go lower, send price up again to go and test the resistance, boom, couldn't break the resistance, send price back down again, got around the same area as this pullback, and price pulled back again. And in this journey, price didn't even make it to the resistance. Price formed another resistance here. Okay, test once, boom, test twice, couldn't break it to even go test this top one. So there's multiple layers. That ends you see like 1 billion lines on a chart. There's resistance and resistance. So when one breaks, you're going to the next one. When one breaks, you're going to the next one. If the next one sends price back down, the resistance that was broken to go up then becomes a support on the way down. Okay, so for instance, let me show you resistance that became support. Look at this level. Okay, when price came up here and pulled back, and on this, I told you about retrace. Okay, so price was going up here. The journey was to end by coming to test this resistance. Okay, the price was going up. Yeah, retrace, continue, retrace, continue. And when you're seeing this retrace, it's confirming this bullish trend. Okay, because this is a low, this is a new high, this is a higher low. This low is higher than this previous low. Okay, so this low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Okay, so this high, yeah, this is a high, this is a low, this is a high, this is a higher low, higher than this, forms a new high, higher than the previous high, forms a new low, higher than the previous low. So when you're seeing higher lows and higher highs, that's a bullish trend. Okay, price is going higher. The same thing is valid on the reverse. Okay, price wants to start coming down from here. This is a low, yeah, this is a high, this is a lower low, lower than this low. This is a lower high, okay, lower than this high. So lower lows and lower highs confirms the bearish trend. Okay, it's as simple as that. Okay, so look at, this is a flow right here. This is a support and this is a resistance. Okay, and if price is bouncing between this resistance and this support, boom, boom, boom. Okay, didn't make it all the way up here. Came back down again. The line held. This is a range. Okay, so it's kind of like a straight line. Yeah, a straight line resistance, a straight line support, and price is just bouncing between it. Okay, price is not able to break the resistance to the upside, not able to break the support to the downside. This is a range. Okay, and you can find this range on different time frames, but you just understand what a range is. Okay, is when price is trapped between an horizontal support and an horizontal resistance on a straight line, and price is just bouncing between those two. Okay, so this is a vertical, this is an horizontal channel. Okay, it's a range. Okay, this, on the other hand, is a falling channel. Okay, it's a descending channel, and and you can see a descending trend in it. Okay, so a very good example is this. Yeah, look at this middle tube. Okay, this tube right here. Yeah, this is the support. So the same way you have like a straight line support, you also have a support. Basically, when you see a channel, at the top, the ceiling is resistance, at the bottom, the floor is the support. Doesn't matter if it's a straight one or if it's an ascending channel or a descending channel, the logic is still the same. The resistance is at the top. Yeah. So you see that in this falling diagonal channel, price, this kind of horizontal line kind of controls the height of price. Okay, so every time price goes up, this pulls back, goes back up again, pulls back, goes back again. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 3 times price has tested this level and price doesn't seem to be able to break it. So we'll say there's a resistance here, but it's a sloping resistance, sending price on its journey down. Okay, and this bottom support, you may say, oh, why do I call this support when price broke it here? Well, yeah, price broke it. Yeah, price broke it, but as soon as price came back into that range, price had stopped between it until it broke a little bit here again. Okay, so how do we establish that a line is resistance when price tests it at least twice? Okay, the more price tests it and the line holds, the stronger the support. Okay, but for a support to be valid, price has to test it at least twice. It doesn't matter if it's a sloping or if it's a straight support. Okay, so what does this mean and how does this help you take trade? Okay, you want to buy at support and you want to sell at resistance. Okay, resistance means price has been going up, can't go higher than that, it's going to have to go down now. That is a sell zone. Price is coming down, it's gotten to a support, it can't go lower, price is about to turn back up now. That is a support. Okay, every time price gets to a support, you want to watch out for reversal signals. This is when you now begin to look for the candlestick that would form at that price point. Does that make sense? So look at this now. Price came down here. Yeah, the support sent it back up, comes back down again, didn't even get all the way down there. Price sends it back up. Okay, once it's coming down again, my eyes is already, now I've put this line there now. Okay, my eyes is already watching price. As soon as price begins to approach this line, I'm already watching it, saying, look, I want to see a reversal signal because I want to trade. Okay, I want to trade the journey back to the top to go test this top line. Okay, and this top line held very, very strong. Tested once, tested twice, tested 3 times, tested 4 times, tested the 5th time. So this line is holding very strong now. So as soon as price comes down, and then this support as well, tested once, tested twice now. Okay, as soon as this line holds again and is sending price down, some people will have been trading these anyways. You know, trade this, take a profit, trade this, take a profit, trade this, take a profit, trade this, take a profit here, wait to see what will happen. I mean, some people could have assumed that price was going to go back up from here and they were disappointed. Price broke the line. So lines do break. Okay, price broke the line, came down here. Okay, found the support here based on probably what has happened in the past. And then price came back into the range. Yeah. And then the resistance held again. Okay. Price came here, respected resistance that has been formed here. Yeah. And then price began to bounce between these. Okay. So let's say, for instance, now, let's say I didn't trade anything here. Okay. Let's say I opened my chart, analyzed it, looked at it. My eyes saw all of this. Okay. And price falls down. As soon as price begins to come close to this, my support, I'm getting ready to see a reversal now because I want to trade this journey back to test this resistance. Okay, and as soon as this engulfing happens, I'll zoom it, make it bigger. Okay, as soon as this engulfing happens, yeah, can wait for 2 more candles to confirm it, and I'll take my trade here. Okay, I'm gonna buy here, and what happens? Boom, price is gonna go all the way up. Okay, to test the line. Okay, the line's here, and the line held again. Okay, so I'm gonna be taking my. So as soon as I take the trade here, I already know that I'm gonna be taking my profit around here. So as soon as price hits this line, because this line has been strong and is held for a very long time, I'm going to take my profit. Okay, so that is support and resistance. Again, I don't expect you to fully comprehend it now. It's just a foundation in your mind. We're going to be doing this week in, week out. week in, week out, and then you will get, you would increase in understanding. But this is, the more skillful you become with support and resistance, the better you are as a trader, because you know when to get into the trade, you know when a rising trend is not going to go higher, and you need to take your profit, and you need to take a trade in the opposite direction, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So you must be able to see a chart that has no lines and nothing, and just look at it, and your eyes can just spot a trend. So, so let me show you how to take a trade now. Let me look for a market that I have never opened before. Okay, I've never opened this one before. Okay, so this is just a market that I have never opened before. But me looking at it, my eyes can spot support and resistance, because I need to be able to see what has happened in the past to be able to predict what will happen in the future. This is the future here. Okay, I'm trying to know what to do here. So I need to look at what has happened in the past, because price is always in the pattern. So this is what my eyes can see. Follow me now. Again, you're going to know how to draw these things. The way it looks on the computer is going to be a bit different from the phone, but it's the same thing. At the bottom of your screen, you would see the tools to draw these lines. Okay? So I go on the drawing now, and I click on trend line. Okay, trend is how you draw the sloping lines. And my eyes can see, okay, that there was a trend here. Okay, that people was trading. And price always moving trend, guys. So if price breaks a particular trend, it's going to form another one. Okay, boom. So can you see? I see. Okay, so this is where the money was. This is where the money was in this session. Okay, so you see, I'll find my way to where price is now. Okay, this is where the money was, and then price changed direction, and this happened. Let me show you. Again, you may say, "Oh, how do you see these things?" Don't worry, you will be able to see it. Not too long from now. Okay, and this happened. Okay, so this is a trend. Price was bouncing, boom, 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 and then this top line broke here. Okay, price tested it once, tested it twice, tested it the third time, and then it breaks. Okay, and as soon as it breaks, price began to move in this direction. Price is about to establish this trend now, but this support failed. Look, the support has held 3 times. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, broke here. Okay, and as soon as price is coming down, this resistance here now becomes a support. As soon as price touches it, it sends price all the way back up, back into this range that was forming. Okay. Oh, how do you see these things? I don't know. I just see them. Okay. So, so this is a new trend now. Let me show you. You're going to become extremely good at these things. So don't think I'm doing some magic. It's just that my eyes have been trained to see, because obviously I've been training for a very long time. Okay. So this is a new trend that is forming now. And based on this, I'm going to take a trade. And so you understand why I'm taking it. Okay. Boom. So forget about every other line now. Let's come to the recent times. Okay. This is the recent times. So I'm going to change this to daily chart now, and then it will make more sense. Okay. On the daily chart, look, see, I caught the trend perfect. Yeah. So this is a rising trend, and this is the trend. This line and this line. Okay. Price is bouncing. Boom, boom. Don't worry that the price didn't get to the top, but this is the top of the line. Remember I told you price needs to test it twice for it to be confirmed. 1, 2, 3. And at the bottom, 1, 2. Okay, so minimum of 2 satisfied. And let's say we forget about what has happened in the past here. Let's just focus from here, yeah? From December 2018. Yeah, let's just focus from here. Price is tested it once, tested it twice here, and then this is the 3rd time. Okay? And on the bottom, price tested once, tested twice. Okay, so this is a channel, and there's an upward trend in the channel. Okay, and this is the support, this is the resistance, this is the support. So this is what we're going to be trading now. Okay, so based on a daily chart, and here is a triangle forming. Okay, this is the top line of the triangle. Again, like I said, you understand these things and know the trade. Okay, this is kind of like a triangle. Okay, see, price is bouncing between the triangle. This triangle helped me to know, because I'm thinking price is here now. Is it going to come back to test this bottom line, or is it going to go up to test this top line? How do I know? I'm going to watch this triangle. Okay. The more price progresses, yeah, the triangle narrows. And when close to the T, price is going to either break to the bottom or break to the top. If it breaks to the bottom, I know price is going to come back to test this line one more time, just as it's done twice before, and then it's going to go on its channel. Okay. And if this triangle breaks to the upside, price is just going to come up here to test the stop line. So, Victor, what are you going to be trading? What's going to be your decision? I'm going to be selling from here because the journey, okay, think about it. Up, down, up, down, up. What's the next journey? Down. So the sellers are in control of this trend right now, even though it's a bullish trend. Okay, overall it's a bullish trend. But in the bullish trend, there's going to be journey up, journey down, journey up, journey down. So, okay, so this is the bull's turn, the bear's turn, the bull's turn. It's the bear's turn now, okay? It's about, their turn is about to finish and the bulls will take over as soon as price hits this line. But in the meantime, price still has room to go down. So, Victor, what are you going to be doing right now? I'm going to be trading this triangle first of all, okay? Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to be expecting price to touch here, but at this level, if this line holds, touch here one more time, touch here, break it, touch here, and then go up. Yeah, so in the near time, what am I going to be doing? I'm going to be buying, okay? I'm going to be buying to fill in this gap right here. Yeah, and then, so let's take the trade now. Take the trade simple. Is either buying or selling. I've analyzed it now. I decided I'm going to be buying. I'm going to click on buy, yeah, and it's going to ask me how much position. The minimum position I can buy is 0.5. Yeah, I put 0.5. That costs me, it's costing me £3,000. Okay, because this is a rare. Okay, this is a rare currency pair. Okay, yeah. So if I was going to trade this now, again, this is because it's a demo account. If you're trading a real account, I don't think it's going to cost you this much. But yeah, so if I want to take this trade now, yeah, I can see how much I'm going to make as well. So if I want to take this trade and I'm expecting price to come up to like around 150K, okay, you can see here. I'm expecting price to come to trade from here to 150K. I can move my limit up there to see how much it's going to make me if I take this trade, okay? It's going to make me about just over £900, okay? 150K, £980, thereabout. That's how much I'm going to make in this trade. And I can decide how much I'm going to lose as well. I can say, look, I don't want to lose more than this, or I can decide not to set my stop loss now and set it as the price goes because I don't want to lose a lot of money. Okay, so if I place this trade right now, boom, all trades always start in minus. Okay, the minus that you see is the spread of the broker. That is the broker making their money. So from this trade that I made now, price started at £64. So £64 is what IG makes from this trade. Okay, so whatever loss I then make from here, they made their money. They're gone. Okay. And whatever profit I make, I keep all of it. Okay. Again, there's no tax on this. So whatever money you make is your money. You don't pay tax on spread there. So I've taken this trade now. What do I do next? I just monitor my trade. So I already have my target. Okay. I already have my target. This level is where I want price to be. And why is my target valid? Okay. Again, how do you set your target? What made you set your target there? Number one, because I'm looking at this triangle. And because I know price is not just going to jump and go up like that. There's going to be candles that are forming gradually, gravitating towards this top. Okay, probably price will be reaching around there, judging by the activities of these last 3 days or 4 days, 1, 2, 3. Not much activity. Okay, of course this can happen in a day. This is a day. You can see this is 1, 2, 3 days. 3 days, boom, completed this whole triangle. But look how many days happened between here and here. Loads of days. Okay, so that contributes as well. And plus, price has already reached here in a session and pulled back. So I'm expecting that when price goes up again, yeah, and price gets to this level, this will form a little bit of resistance here. Okay, so that's where I want to take my profit. If not, price is just going to pull back here and I'll lose all my money. And I'm looking, as price gravitates towards this place, yeah, I'm expecting price to be hitting this line around here. Okay, which coincides as well with this resistance. So this is a double confirmation that this like price region that price is going to be reaching in this sloping resistance. Okay, so that's why visually I just know to take my profit there. Okay, so we're going to monitor this trade over time. We'll see how it goes. Started at minus 64 to 61 now. So price is going is moving in my direction. And of course you can look at it in a smaller time frame. Look at 4 hours. Yeah, look at 4 hours there. You can look at hourly chart. Yeah, to see what's going on. So that is that, guys. So with that in mind, I want you to open any market that you fancy. Okay, let's choose the same market just so that we can be able to monitor. Okay, so go to all of you. Open your IG app. Go on popular markets, you will see popular markets, or yeah, it's popular markets, and just go on gold. Okay, gold is a very, very common one. So everyone go on gold. You know what fundamentals are. Okay, so just go online, check what's going on in the gold market. A clue is whatever direction dollar is heading, gold always goes in the opposite direction. Okay, that's all I'm going to give you as a tip. So yeah, but do your fundamentals. Look at everything that surrounds gold. What's going on right now? If I were you, I want to check what's going on with dollar and just take it from there. But I'm giving away too much now. So look at gold, do the fundamental, do the sentimental, check what other traders are saying about it. I'm going to put some websites on the group that you can get good information from. And then, yeah, so look at a chart of gold, look at where the support and resistance are, and take a trade, okay? And I want you to put like screenshot of your trade probably at the end of tomorrow. Yeah, at the end of tomorrow in the evening, let me see how your trade has gone. And then on Friday as well, put a snapshot, and then we'll review again on Saturday. So guys, that's it for tonight. It's going to get more interesting from here because we're going to be looking at trades and trades and trades. So thank you very much, guys, for joining again tonight. Sorry I came on a little bit late, and that's why you see I'm talking so fast and rushing. I'm not used to that. I don't like talking so fast. But yeah, let's leave here for tonight, and I will see you guys on Saturday. Do you guys all understand where we are right now? Roy already says he was got it. Amazing, Roy. Does everyone understand? Please give me a thumbs up. Let me know you understand. Everything we've said so far, does it make sense? Anybody? Amazingly done. All right, then. So obviously the video is going to be available so you can watch it again, and then take some trades, and we'll review again on Saturday. Yeah. So thank you everybody for joining tonight, and I'll see you guys on Saturday. But let the screenshots start coming from tomorrow night, Friday night, and then ask your questions in the group as well. So have a lovely night, guys, and I shall see you guys on Saturday.